Good morning, dear students. So, we were studying the chapter circulatory system of human body. So, till now in the previous video lecture, I have given you the circulation system of human heart, how the heart pumps, from where the oxygenated blood comes and from where the deoxygenated blood leaves, right? So, you have already seen the video, I hope, and it is very much clear to you all. Today we will be studying the rest part of the chapter and we will be completing that. So, welcome everyone to your online mode of teaching and to your biology tutorial class. This is Somadev sir. We will be studying with the rest part of the chapter, that is human body, for class 6 ICSE, and we are following Connect with Science Oxford book, okay, Oxford publication. So, please open your book. It may happen that page number will not be identical to me, so I am not telling the page number, but we will be studying from blood pressure. So, see, as we have already understood that particularly what is happening, the thing that is happening is like the blood, the heart is pumping the blood and the blood is flowing through the veins, arteries and the capillaries, right? So, see my dear students, whenever if you see a pipe, okay, a pipe in your house, what happens? You will see that that particular pipes, when water is flowing through that pipe, that water exerts certain pressure to that pipe. Sometimes some of the pipes get broken up or burst out. Why? Because if the water pressure increases inside that particular pipe. Same goes for the veins, arteries and the capillaries, because instead of water, here blood is flowing through the particular blood vessels, right? So, this pressure is known as blood pressure. Just look into it. Blood pressure. The pressure exerted by blood on the walls of the arteries is called blood pressure. During the contraction of the heart, blood is pumped out at a maximum high pressure. When the heart relaxes, the pressure falls to a minimum. The maximum and the minimal values together determine the blood pressure. So, what happens? When our heart does excessive work, this pressure, or a heart does excessive work, what does that mean? That means that heart is pumping at a very fast rate. So, blood is flowing at a very fast rate, thus the pressure will increase in the blood vessel. Also, when we are at a rest position, what happens is like the blood flows slowly inside the veins and capillaries or in the blood vessels, thus it will be of minimal pressure. We can say that the blood pressure consists of the higher one, the maximum one and the lower one, okay. It is measured by an instrument called sphygmomanometer, okay. Please underline this, the machine, or if you have seen any doctor, you will see that the blood pressure is measured with the help of sphygmomanometer, okay. And what we call it as a BP machine, blood pressure machine, okay. You have seen that the doctor, it may be electronics or it may be manual. If manual, then doctors are using a stethoscope in their ear and it is putting in your hand over here, okay. That is known as sphygmomanometer. The normal blood pressure in a healthy person is taken as 120 by 80 mmHg. What is mmHg? mmHg means millimeter of mercury, okay. It is mmHg. The numerator is the value during contraction, denominator is the value during relaxation. So, when it contracts, it is the numerator value, and denominator when it relaxes. And mmHg stands for millimeter of mercury as measured by the instrument. Now, we will come to exercise for healthy heart. What are the exercises that we should do for our healthy heart? Okay, what are they? A healthy lifestyle is most important to maintain a healthy heart. This can be achieved by performing activities such as brisk walking, skipping, jogging, swimming, cycling or playing active outdoor games for a minimum of 30 to 60 minutes for 5 days a week. So, see, if we always lay down in the bed and play online games, what happens? Our heart is in rest position, right? Our body is in rest position. So, particularly the heart will beat at a very slower rate. These will increase our fatigue or tiredness in our body, okay. That is the reason that we should work or exercise at least for 30 minutes to 60 minutes and 5 days a week. This should be supplemented with healthy eating habits. Aerobic exercises increase the efficiency of the heart. As a result, more oxygen rich blood is made available per unit time to the organ of the body. Sedentary lifestyle and consuming fatty food leads to deposition of fat, cholesterol along with walls at the arteries. These increase the blood pressure and may even cause a heart attack. By regular aerobic exercises, we can prevent this and other risk of heart diseases. So what does that mean? It means that particularly if it happens that we are consuming fatty foods or junk foods, see, if this is a particular vessel, okay, this is a particular vessel, what happens within that particular vessels, okay, I am showing you. Suppose this is the artery, okay, suppose this is the artery and blood is flowing from here, okay, blood is flowing from here. Now what happens if we consume more of fatty foods and do not do exercises? What happen in this particular layer or in the particular wall of the blood vessels, deposition of fats that are in term of cholesterol take place. So this deposition rises up like this, which will definitely narrow down these blood vessels or the arteries, and thus the only before the space was this much, now the space is only this much. So what happens? Definitely it will increase the blood pressure. Also in some of the times, that is for cardiac arrested or bypass surgery, you all came up with the heart bypass surgery term. Okay, what happens? This layer even comes up like this, and only this much space is left for the blood to flow. Only this much space is left. The rest part is blocked by fatty acid and fats, cholesterols and everything. Okay, so see, out of this much, only this much is available to flow of blood. What happens? So here we will see that less blood will be supplied, and if less blood will be supplied, what happens? We all know that blood carries the vital part of us, vital part of the nutrients, oxygen and everything. So our body will get tired and will not get sufficient amount of energy or sufficient amount of blood. Thus in a process, it will slowly our body will fail to provide the basic requirements, and a person even may die, or the heart, if not been able to supply blood with a say with a very good efficiency, it will get stopped and the person will immediately die. Effect of increased physical activity. What happens if we do physical activities? See, to perform vigorous exercises, muscles need to work faster. For this, muscle cells must receive more oxygen to produce a higher amount of energy, that is ATP. That is why during vigorous exercises, more oxygen is needed by the muscle cell than when the body is at rest. Exercise increases the rate of breathing and also the volume of air that is inhaled and exhaled. This ensures that more oxygen enters the bloodstream and is supplied to the muscle cell quickly. However, due to increased respiration in the muscle cell, more carbon dioxide is also produced, which must be expelled quickly through the bloodstream. Therefore, the heart beat faster to pump blood quickly. The volume of blood pumped per unit time also increases. As a result, more oxygen is absorbed into the blood and more carbon dioxide is expelled from it per unit time. During strenuous exercises, the oxygen demand is more and the supply may not be sufficient to meet the need. Glucose is then broken down in the absence of oxygen, resulting in formation of lactic acid in muscles. The energy released from this breakdown of glucose is much less than what is released in the presence of oxygen. The lactic acid makes the muscle tissue acidic, which causes muscle fatigue. So what do you understand by that? You understood nothing, right? See, what happens in case of exercises? What happens? We are exercising, so our body demands more supply of blood or more supply of oxygen. as the our body demands more supply of oxygen, it will definitely expel more amount of carbon dioxide. Now for example, you are climbing up 5 or 6 stairs, 5 or 6 floors, okay, 5 or 6 floors through stairs, and if you are climbing up very fastly, you will see that on the third or on the fourth floor you will find a pain in your knee. If you stop there or rest there for 5 minutes, it will automatically be again back to the position and it will be okay. Now how does this happen? It happen because of the lactic acid accumulation in your knee. What is lactic acid accumulation? When you will learn that in later stage, when in the process of in the process of respiration we need oxygen. Okay, now if we are doing an exercise which cannot meet the demand of oxygen which we are intaking, what happens? It goes for anaerobic respiration. What is anaerobic respiration? In anaerobic respiration, the particular glucose is broken down without oxygen or in absence of oxygen, which leads to a byproduct of lactic acid and which accumulates in our body and cause muscle fatigue, or we may say a muscle tiredness. Okay, so I hope this is clear and this ends your chapter of human body. There are 3 parts of human body: digestive, circulation and respiratory system. So 3 of the parts are covered. In the next class we will be covering with the question answers of this particular chapter. I hope you have enjoyed it and you have understood what I am trying to teach you. So keep up your study, enjoy, have fun, enjoy your holidays. Also go through the video. It's not like that you will be enjoying so you will not be going through the videos. No, not like that. Go through the videos as well, go through other classes as well that other teachers are taking. For any of the queries you can definitely ask me, text me, call me, or you can drop in the comment box itself and I will be happy to help you all. So please study and try to understand what I am trying to teach you. Thank you, have fun, have a good day. Thank you.